I wonder if we should stop having these meetings if other people are not joining anymore. Everyone thinks are ready.
Maybe we can discuss that and see if it's. We should just. There we go.
Hello, guys.
Hey, we were just wondering if we should cancel this meeting since we can't get anyone to show up for it.
Yeah.
Have we been able to push people to do things, you know?
Hello.
What things?
I mean, you reported those. Report those bugs that we found last meeting.
Oh. Yeah. So
you didn't share them with the red?
I forgot about it. No,
Yeah.
Last week was a bit chaotic.
And then there were those Nethermind issues as well. I don't know if there's somebody working with the Nethermind on it at the moment.
Ruben is working, but I pinged him here. Not sure he will join. Well, I don't know the details. I'm also just got back lately. I was absent last week.
I still want. I still think that we need the estimate gas feature. I think it's kind of required. Like looking into future and talking about the call. I feel like momentum has been not there recently. But yeah, eventually.
Momentum of development, or you mean momentum of people using it simulate?
No, development, I mean, mostly. I think people will eventually start using. I mean, I know some people are using it already, but also, yeah, adoption has been slow. And I think estimate gas is kind of like important, as we talked with, as like it was mentioned by Uniswap.
Yeah. But yeah, the issue that our momentum has been slow, that we haven't been able to get it simulated in a way functioning the same way in all of the clients. So then I'm not sure if we should introduce a new method when the old method is not functional even.
I mean, I think it's functional, no? I mean, most of the clients have it merged. They are all working. Yes, we do have some differences, but that's just like the normal RPC.
But we should try to aim to be better than normal RPC. But yeah, I don't know how is that possible. Is it just a wet dream? But I don't have any solution on how that should be. How we would get it to be kind of better.
Mercy, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, okay. It's not necessarily in regards to it stimulate, but it's on this issue about standardizing error codes. And then we are doing some sort of a background discussion about it. We came up with two possible solutions. The first one is to spec a repository which runs a generator and then publishes types as packages like npm or crate, then for client developers to just install and use it. The second one we came up with is to like allow clients to generate types themselves using the provided tools. So we kind of like looking for a better approach. If there is any input on which will be much more better to go with.
I'm fine with anything that gets maintained.
Okay, that would be option 2 because the drawback we had with option 1 was maintaining it to kind of like it has an extra maintenance to it, so key management and package ownership and all of that. But with option 2, the only kind of disadvantage we have is like requiring some kind of setup and willingness from clients to run the generator and integrate it themselves. So
I feel there should be test cases so that you have for each of error code, you have some kind of test that would produce that error, then would somehow maintain that those are being obeyed in a way.
yeah. So I don't know if anyone has any suggestion, feedback, or possible, I don't know.
I'm still just reading the proposal.
About the proposal, we had a discussion, then we had so many background discussion because we realized that there's so many things that can go wrong. Then we've not like really finalized.
I think one problem with the JSON RPC is that it's not consensus critical, so then people are not so kind of strict about that it behaves the same way on all of the clients. That's why it doesn't also stay consistent. But everyone have their own rules, and there's no strict rules how things should work. There's just kind of in a way that kind of general consensus on how in general it should work, but nothing very strict.
So one note about specifically execution errors is I think it will be a bit difficult to get all the clients agree because depending on how detailed they are, clients might perform some checks in different orders. Not all of the checks are at the consensus level, and there is some flexibility within clients to do them differently, which means that in some very edgy cases, they might return different error codes. This doesn't mean that we should not aim for it. It just means that we have to find the right level.
I think in that case, if we are building on test cases, then we could think that for some tests, it's okay that if it returns some error from some list. So if you are trying to send some that you don't have balance, then maybe they can be checked in different orders, but it should fail to some of the specified errors, but it doesn't need to fail on the same error. I think that's one solution for that problem.
Okay, so like, in order to get what you're saying straight, so in other words, we kind of like have to like spec a repo, then provide a sort of a registry file plus a generator tool that each client or project can then run the generator as needed themselves, because this will now give them like a full control without needing to have a library or kind of like checks that will fail during CI/CD pipelines or something.
There is a CI/CD pipeline. It's called Hive. This is where the tests are run for every client. I think what it comes down to basically is when we write the test for these kind of edge cases where clients differ, then we would have to do something like Kilari suggested. Basically, for some of the cases, there would be multiple valid error codes. I think that should fix it.
Okay, thank you.
What's the website you're talking about, Sino?
I find the link.
But I'm saying, political economy might be, you know, much ridiculous. Don't
It sorts them by the different test suits. So here
Does it
we're
have each simulate?
so we have like RPC compat where its simulate tests are located.
Then the questions.
Basically on top of the page you can see how clients like how many tests is each client failing and passing in like a nice summary.
You can see that the RPC compat aggregate, but you cannot kind of
Yeah,
give
you can
diaper.
per method, so maybe that would be
That would be nice.
that would be nice. Yes.
Sorry, but it's not all clients.
There's
Mm,
all clients there.
yeah, only EL.
Oh, okay.
But for example, for the error cases, those could also be added here, I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know if Hive supports that kind of that you would pass that. I guess you would pass the test if it's some of the list of the error code, so you don't have to kind of get exactly the same error code for all of the things. Do you know who is maintaining this? If you could ask them to add by method, if that's possible to do. But maybe that's hard to do.
I think it would be a bit more tricky because each of these test suits, they are completely different from one another. And so you'd have to write a custom page for RPC compat. But yeah, I mean, the repo is the Hive repo. This is where the code is.
What is the disk V4 and disk 5?
Discovery protocol, like P2P.
Okay. Yeah, for disk 5, there's the clients are not passing the test very well. I guess that's new.
This 5 is new. It hasn't been rolled out by default to all clients yet. I think the CL clients are running disk 5 since the beginning, but EL started on disk before, and somehow the migration has been taking longer.
Of course.
I guess in general, more filters would be nice to have for that, but otherwise, I think this is a very nice website. And I know if Mercy could also use this kind of tool. You would just need to write the test for each error case or multiple tests for each error case. Do we have anything else?
I don't have anything today.
I got a ping from Rumen. We fixed some tests and we'll be fixing more. Like still quite a few of them are failing, so we'll be fixing more.
Great.
Okay, let's see next week.
See you guys next week.
Sure.
Talk to you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.